flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am Tristan South. I am 18 years old and I am in the Army National Guard.
I'm Marlena. I'm 17 and I'm part of the National Guard.
I'm Bella. I'm 17 and I'm part of the Army National Guard.
My name is Logan Hout. I am 17 years old. I am in the Army National Guard.
I'm Morgan Sweet. I'm 17 and I enlisted into the Marine Corps.
Jonathan Jungles, I'm in 11th grade and I joined the National Guard.
Never was so much owed by so many few. Winston Churchill.
Well, first I got in a car accident before I joined. On the way to joining, somebody ran a stop sign and hit me.
I was really excited. It was kind of impulsive, but I'm glad I did it.
In the beginning I was like, heck yeah, still kind of am.
I was excited. I had a lot of influence through family history just to join up.
My dad was in it for almost 20 years and I just wanted to follow his footsteps.
And my mom just thought that was a sign for me not to join.
That I wanted to make people proud, that I wanted to prove to myself that I am capable of doing things.
I guess I was nervous and excited at the same time.
My grandfather was an influence for me for joining the Army National Guard.
I would say Mr. Telecki, and I would have to say my grandfather. He served in the Army, but my decision in a different branch made him very proud.
My dad.
What influenced me was that my dad really helped push me on going through this journey because he always used to talk about like stories of my great-grandparents and my great-great-grandparents.
A great influence for me would be my grandfather, my dad, and my uncle, and then Tristan South, who pushed me to join him.
What influenced me was everyone on my dad's side of the family had joined the military in some branch, and I wanted to join as well. My mom was all for it. She was super excited, but my dad really wanted to take his time, had to ask our recruiters every possible question you could think of, and he wasn't super excited, but he knew that I really wanted to join, so he signed the papers.
My dad was good with it. My mom was a little iffy. I think as all mothers will be.
My mother was all for it, but she was super sad that I would be leaving and could be in danger. And my father did not really want me doing it. He tried to argument his way out, and I kind of just threw the papers at him and he signed them.
They were proud of me. My grandparents were a little on ease, but
My dad was very easily yes, here, sign the papers. While my mom had neglected to sign the papers for quite some time because she was just worried that I was going to be shipped right away and not be home.
My mom, she was heartbroken. She didn't want me to go. She tried convincing me and giving me money to stay. But at the same time, she was proud of me for joining. And then my father, my dad, he was excited for me to join because he was also in the military.
The most difficult has to be during basic training was usually just being away from home for such a long time, and then them yelling at you, kind of break you down and bring you back up type of thing.
The most difficult thing at basic would be being away from family and physical endurance.
I'm more nervous about having to go into this thing called the gas chamber. It's probably the worst part, I think, that I know of. Other than that, I think the physical part will be easier.
Just being able to do what my drill sergeant tells me, if I'm forced to do anything.
I'm most nervous about some of the physical things that we're going to be having to do every day and being away from home for so long. I'm most nervous about not having like contact with family because you're not allowed to have your phones. So I just am worried about not having the support that I need.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. John F. Kennedy.
I would just say it's a full-on thank you for everyone that served. I mean, no one in particular, because everyone in the Army, no matter what military branch, they're all doing a good job, so.
I would say I would thank my grandfather, Mr. Chuckley, thank you for serving, and everyone who decided to serve our amazing country.
My dad.
I would like to thank anyone really who has ever joined the military and my family, and we would also like to thank Mr. Selecki for his service.
All veterans deserve respect. My grandfather deserves respect as much as my uncle that got discharged.